furry version called Nosh. Brr.
I've started stream.
Oh, are we live? Hi, hey everybody.
Hey everybody.
Brrrot.
Good evening.
How do you know that they haven't done that, Jonas?
Because I like Argus, I see everything that happens in the furry world. I have those them 360 eyeballs. You know, it's uncanny. It's the uncanny X-Men.
I mean, you kind of do. You are always looking at us in VR chat.
That's true. God, I need to find out how to shut that off.
What, is Jonas just constantly staring, unblinking
Um,
at everyone?
No, it's a lot of the avatars just automatically fix their eyes on you.
Yeah,
It can be a little unnerving if they're not actually talking to you.
Yeah, it is, because it's like, you know, like
I'm teaching myself to interpret it as they're just looking at me curiously.
right. It's weird because, like, generally in situations where someone's like staring at you from across the room but not talking to you, where they're talking to someone else, it's concerning, you know? Like, you know, that you're wondering if they're thinking like, what are we gonna do about this?
Would it be more unnerving if feline avatars just stared at a random point in space like cats do?
I also do that.
Yeah.
There should at least be a setting so that they're not necessarily looking at you unless they're talking.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, to have some kind of eye tracking toggle.
Yeah, or something.
You would agree with that, wouldn't you, Jonas?
Yeah, I'm
I don't even know
that
what
guy.
I'm looking at. Where am I going?
I don't know. Where
You and your agreement pants.
That's true.
Where's the
Well, agreement shorts.
Agreement pants, square dance.
Oh, it's right there. Looking directly at it.
Gotta put on your agreement pants before your space.
Space boots.
Arr.
Oh, you thought you were free, but you're never free of me and my space boots.
Turn on.
Yeah.
And how many people are in chat right now?
This many.
Let's see.
25?
Yeah, mine says 25.
I do have a counter. It's just a little slow to update.
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes it doesn't update at all. Yeah, we're just sort of doing our thing.
Loosey
Doing our
goosey.
thing. Yeah.
Face bootsy.
Face bootsy.
Mm.
Box says how long is it going to be until Rick uses the VR for a sketch request?
Stoker,
How would that
I am surprised that Jonas and now Rick didn't infect you yet.
I mean, I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
You know, Stokes, you can always just do desktop mode if you want. If you don't.
I
want
mean,
to buy the rig.
I would have to because I don't have a VR headset at the moment.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
it's like very little investment to get into the just to use the desktop mode.
Yeah. It's not quite the same with desktop mode. Like, you can't feel everyone like fatting your head and stuff.
You can kind of.
I could.
It's a little there.
Yeah.
Ah, I see you guys are trying to do Stoker now.
Whoa, GC, that is a new microphone.
Yeah.
Actually, that sounds pretty good. I'm pointing. You like I'm pointing?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's good fidelity. Is it USB or XLR? I'm just curious.
It is
It's in here.
1.5 millimeter, but with a USB converter attached to it.
Hey, no, that's crisp. I like it.
Oh.
Feels like I'm hearing you for the first time.
Actually, I need to
Yeah,
slightly.
that's what I felt like too when I first heard myself on the speakers. It's like, wow.
Nice.
You were like, "Wow, I didn't know my voice sounded like that." Oh
Yeah.
shit! I thought I was playing it straight.
Stoker, I don't have a headset either. I've been using desktop mode, which is basically a bit like a video game.
Well,
That's right.
I'll be snookered.
Astroth says, "Who this new cast member?" No, it's just
Which
us.
one?
It's just us.
I think it was a joke about GC's voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking that too, but
You know, I totally respect everyone's sadness, but personally, I think headsets are the way to go. You know, I mean, get a good one, get a decent headset. But I mean, this, you know,
Does his mic sound that different?
yeah.
Very.
yes.
Very different.
See,
He was a little crunchy and And it picked up some background noise a little bit.
Yeah, see, isolation is kind of a bitch with microphones. It's possible if you have a good mic. Good mics have specific pickup patterns. In fact, there are some that have adjustable pickup patterns. Like you can have cardioid or side or like shotgun or something. And good ones also have smart circuitry that isolates stuff. But even then, you have to do things like if you have an echoey room, you have to do things like hang blankets or put up egg cartons or something like that. Those
Egg cartons.
Yeah, egg
Hang
cartons.
blankets.
No, well, these are like the cheapy solutions. Like Maxi told me some of these. The expensive one is actually putting acoustic foam on your walls. But that's not an option for everybody. So the cheapy version is just putting up egg cartons or blankets.
What I'm probably gonna do once I finish clearing out my dad's old closet is I'm probably gonna set up some recording stuff in there because the clothes hanging up in there will provide quite a good bit of good muffling.
Ah, there you go.
Fun.
My walls
Wouldn't be
are
the first
pretty-
time I've recorded in the closet.
Hey.
My walls are pretty bare. I might look into that hanging up carpet thing.
Yeah.
I'm in a weird situation. Like, I can hear people very well outside of my room, but they can hear me, and I don't know what's up with that. I just have a big, I just got my wooden door that's pretty thick. I can't hear them as well as they can hear me. But yeah,
I'm having a hard
that
time
door
figuring
do
out
be
step
thick,
one
though.
on this puzzle.
Might be something about how the walls of the room are and how things bounce around.
yeah. It could
Only
be
one thing for it: gotta tear the walls down.
I can hear
Now,
my
my room-
neighbors, but sorry, go ahead.
My room is cramped, and the hallway is not cramped. That's probably the only difference I can think of.
I can hear my idiot neighbors doing their usual shtick, but fortunately, the pickup pattern on the little the sportscaster headset is so narrow that you all don't hear that. Or at least, I think it picks up a little bit, but the noise gate handles the rest. So
Come to think of it, when I was reviewing my previous streams with the Snowball microphone, best way I could describe it, when you guys mentioned crackling, what I heard was what sounded like weirdly heat. Like the microphone was picking up heat from the atmosphere for some reason. I'm not sure what it was coming from, either the monitor or.
were you getting like a buzz? Was that what you were?
It was like a hot buzz. The best way to describe it.
Might be
Yeah,
able to- I can replace it with a fan. Okay.
Buzz, it depends a lot on your particular setup. Buzz can be line noise. It could be something like RF interference sometimes.
Could be aliens.
It could be aliens. It could be.
Can microphones pick up light or heat? That's the thing.
No, well, not that I know of, but they can be affected by sufficient amounts of heat. I know that much. Because these things are. The circuitry is kind of delicate, especially with certain mics, because
There we go.
they have to be sensitive to a wide range of responses. So adverse conditions can definitely affect them.
Yeah. I also the other thing I learned very early when I first started with computers, and microwaves were one of the things I didn't realize until too late, that they interfered with electronic signals very much. But there's no microwave in my area. That's the thing. But it sort of sounded like it was something like that. So that's why I kept on saying, I don't know anything else in the house that could do something like that. Maybe that's what I'm missing out on.
Different like cordless phones or what else?
Aliens.
Yeah, aliens. Do you have any aliens in the house? Do you see?
Maybe I'm an alien.
Yeah, that's fair.
That would explain so much.
Yeah, it would.
Flo says GC sounds more mature with his new mic. Yes, see, he's grown up. He's all grown up. Our little kid, he's young.
All I did was get metallic ears
Nice.
and metallic mic.
Astro says
And a
getting back.
metallic soul.
No,
He's
not
metal.
metallic soul.
He's metal.
I put down the heck beacon. There it is.
Cryptic metaphor.
Cryptic metaphor, cryptic metaphor.
Cryptic metaphor. Okay.
Anyway.
That's what this is about.
Astro says getting back into workflow after Midsummer festivities. I actually had Midsummer in America.
It's funny
Well-
too.
I hear they get a lot of murders.
But you're making a joke.
Or is he?
Well, I mean, not everyone. I needed to say that because not everyone would know that you were making a joke.
Or is he?
Okay, thank you. I mean, we sort of have a Midsummer like thing with the.
I thought you were going to be like, we sort of have murders.
Sorry of your murders. That's a treat.
Trivia murder party. No
Yeah.
dear.
That's right. If you get it wrong, you die.
You know, say
He did say, I heard him.
That's right.
murder in Minecraft. Flo says.
Murder in
But I'm still amused that when I first bought the Snowball microphone, that was considered at the time like the best bang for your buck for voicing and in general longevity for a microphone. I still appreciate it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was at its time though.
Yeah, my first was a Snowball too, and
Snowball 2, like the Simpsons cat.
yeah, thank you. Mine was also a Snowball. Jeez.
Can't get away with saying nothing in this place.
Yeah,
It's the internet. We all hear it.
yeah. But no, I actually need some a little more crispness, because Christmas.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Another good thing about this mic, it's right up to my mouth, so I don't have to speak so loud.
Right. That's the other really nice thing. It's
You
like,
say it's right up in your mouth. I'm just picturing you going like over the entire thing.
yeah.
So, but picture me 9 on it now.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other nice thing about the mic pickup, because it's like you only need to be about 2 or 3 inches from it to get adequate, but like a nice balanced input. Whereas with the regular mic, you have to, if you get too close, it starts sounding distorted. Like you have to be about 5 or 6 inches from a mic ideally.
Oh yeah, but like I say, like I can't raise my voice at night. I had to do something.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it's
it's
good. Hey, you're all good to go now.
I am perfect. I
Have
mean,
you
Zen?
have you used it during one of your own streams yet?
Yeah.
Pretty good?
And they are loving it too.
All right.
Hell yeah.
It was the upgrade I needed.
There you go.
Well, you know what,
Power.
GC? You deserved it.
Yeah.
I do deserve it.
Treat yourself.
I don't understand this. Set up exactly so that I could punch a hole right through there.
Hmm.
And it's not letting me. I don't know if I'm missing something or if it's just not working for whatever reason.
Well, make it better.
Oh, I should mention, I've discovered there's only one bad thing about the microphone: wind sensitivity.
Really? Oh.
Can you turn that down a bit?
I mean, like that kind of thing.
A fan, like a fan blown on the mic, it picks
Oh,
it
yeah.
up.
Mm.
Like right now, I got the air conditioner on because yesterday when we were streaming, Rick could pick up the fan. I didn't think it was that sensitive, but yeah, I tested it and it was actually very sensitive to my fan.
Ah, well.
Well, this is still
You
bad.
could like get a slightly bigger windscreen on it.
Yeah.
That might help.
Perhaps.
You can order windscreens online. They have them in a bunch of different colors.
In all fairness, I'm going to probably pick because now I got more room for my desk after I gave up on the Snowball. I might get a miniature fan like for my desk. Try that.
There you go.
Not
I have a
bad
column
beer.
one, but I've been reluctant to use it because there's a chance you all might hear it, and I don't really want to like. You know. But we'll see. You can get fuzzy windscreens for game headsets now, apparently. Like ones that are all fluffy. They look like little tribbles. Yeah, I'll post a picture.
Terry says, you took away Rick's shirt. Whose?
Oh no. Does that mean he's naked?
Ooh woo.
Oh, it's Plush West.
It's Plush West.
Yeah, Plush
it's
West.
Plush West.
Cuddle
The
me.
plushiest West of them all.
Oh my god.
Oh, you have really gotten into this affection thing, haven't you?
No, you don't even know though. It's like
Now,
Oh my
I might as well
God.
tell chat. Hey, chat. It turns out that I am an absolute and total cuddle slut.
I always knew you had it in you, Rick.
I mean, it's
Adorable.
it is definitely an experience I can relate to. You can go through the same thing. Like I'm usually very reserved in real life.
Aren't
Like,
we all though?
well,
I mean,
it's
I'm only like that with cats.
that's right.
That's why I go ape shit when I see a cat.
In person, like I'll give hugs, you know. Although if I don't know someone likes hugs, I'll just default to handshakes. But in VR chat, it's just like.
Is that what it's like?
It,
I mean, if dragons are real, I'd probably be the same way. I
It's-
just want to land my head in their tummy, feel how hot it is.
yeah. No, everyone's cute
Way to
and
see.
like,
And
Yeah.
they're petable.
and they're fettable.
You can
Still
pet
more
the
ESO in a
dog.
virtual space than in real life though, I guess.
See, if you end up getting a Plush West avatar, you've got to do that thing
Oh my god.
that one I had where when you squeeze them, they make a squeaky noise.
Oh my god.
Use exactly the same sound effect that we use for the frickin' hammer.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I basically like the rule is with me. It's like it's fine to like come up and hug me as long as like, you know, as long if we're in a public space, you know, just respect the rules of the space. You know what I mean?
Otherwise, I-beams.
Yeah, there's that means.
The only other way that even makes little sense.
But yeah, hugs are good.
Oh, I got it.
Like I don't get the like. Okay, I don't really have the showing off bug. Like I'm not really like, "Hey, look at me, I look awesome," because I just look like a raccoon. Okay, I look like a raccoon with like perpetual.
A very cute raccoon.
Yeah, I look like a cute raccoon with like half-lidded eyes. I deliberately went for something kind of plain, but
But once you
know,
get those glasses and those cargo shorts, oh boy,
yeah, me and Tyra are gonna maybe work on
Stud
that.
City.
Stud City, yeah.
I was thinking
Stud
of
City population Jonas.
I was thinking of like taking a cue from like Rick's whole vibe and just having a shirt and no pants.
I could dig that.
I mean, I go okay.
You
I
know
guess-
my opinion on that setup, so.
I mean, there's no reason I couldn't have like different variations, you know. But
Yeah,
One might even say I have a bottomless enthusiasm for it.
oh, all right.
It's funny because no pants.
I am considering a Tanuki avatar, also like an alternate one, and I'll show y'all what it looks like if you haven't seen it. Hold on, let me find it. That's not it. I believe I've already linked it in.
What makes it seem like
Yeah,
I'm
you
missing a cube here?
Here, one sec. Let me just. It is work safe, so no worries on that front.
Oh no, I would be horrified if it weren't.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. But yeah, this is the one it's I'm not gonna buy it right away because it's $45. But when I have maybe after rent or whatever, I'll get that, and that'll be the one that I get if I actually want to be,
Say it.
Dilfy.
Dilpheus Maximus.
Thank you. Obviously, that's more accurate.
He got a belly.
Yeah, he does. There's a version that doesn't have the gut, but this is more accurate to like actual me. So
listen, this will get you. This will also get you more thirst, and you know it.
Oh no, I know.
Very cuddle magnet there.
Yeah. Jesus. Like if I do this one, I'll set it to like probably about maybe like 1.7, 1.8 meters. So because my regular one's only about like what?
And how tall will he be?
Well, 1.7. Okay, all right.
You fell for the joke.
All right, Ray.
Ray got you. Yes, he did.
Space birds.
Space birds. They're the birds from space. They're the space birds. Woo woo.
But yeah, and I don't really know how much I don't know how much trouble I'm gonna get into it, but whatever. It's all in good fun.
Into so much trouble. It's fun getting into trouble. It's fun getting into space boots. Okay, anyway.
No. I wonder if anyone's made a Stardew World. Hold on.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
You're being very silly.
I learned it from watching you.
Nice. Sounds about 1.3 meters. Yeah, that sounds about right. When I was at the Clam Club, bonfire thing, I experimented with being very small and very large, just for fun. I went down to 0.2 meters, which I believe would be
8 inches.
8 inches, thank you. And also went up to 5 meters, which would be about 15 feet ish. And yeah, no, it's weird. It's like when you're big, everyone looks like little toys, and when you're small, it sort of feels like when you're a kid and you're staring up at everybody, all the grown-ups.
Well, now you know what it feels like to be Rick and this tall as Rick and I are.
Yeah. Sounds just 27 inches lower limit. Nice. The raccoon avatar I have now is slightly shorter than me, and that's fine. Feels weird, but it's fine. Because it has
a little guy.
Yeah, it's a little guy. He's only about, I think, 4 heads tall, so I don't want to it would be weird if I was full size with a big head.
He's got 4 heads. That's too many.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Good time.
yeah. I was talking to Astolfo about the different kinds of trackers and how they work and what the best setup is on the cheap. At some point I might. I mean, again, this is pending budgety stuff, but eventually I might get into the slime trackers or something.
The what trackers?
They're called the Slime VR trackers. I don't know why they're called slime.
It's
but,
just a name.
It's some acronym or something. But they're a hell of a lot cheaper than shelling out, stupid amounts of money for the Vive setup or whatever. There's also these. there's all these like haptic feedback pucks that you can wear that make it so you feel the actual pets when they're when they're petting your head and stuff.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, I know, etc. etc. There's also stuff I cannot talk about on stream.
You'll have to tell me about it later.
Yeah.
It's probably relevant to Stoker's.
Well, I mean, let's just say people have gotten very creative with the software and hardware for this sort of thing. For
Emphasis on the hardware.
I was about to say hardware.
Here's Davo.
Oh, it's the Stolfo in chat.
Yeah.
Hey, Stolfo.
Hey, it's Dolpho.
Stolfo's a little kitty.
Stolfo is a little kid.
He's a little kitty, and I gave him head pats.
Oh, good. He probably has those coming.
Oh, good, that does work. Thank God.
But no, it's fascinating to see the kind of stuff that people have come up with for this kind of technology.
Yes, Jonas.
How's everybody doing in the chat tonight?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, yes, we haven't quite, well, say we, mostly me, haven't quite gotten over the honeymoon hasn't ended yet.
I'm starting to become more normal about this, but I don't think that I'm going to be that normal about it anytime soon.
One thing I definitely want to do at some point is I found a great world, which is like, it's sort of like it's nighttime. It sort of feels like it's got like an island getaway kind of vibe, and they have this enormous sort of, not like a drive-in. What's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like it's like a big outdoor theater with like little,
an amphitheater.
Yeah, like an amphitheater. Yeah, exactly. With like little half log benches kind of dailies. And there's like ample seating and it's a big screen. I'm thinking like that's probably the best place to do like if I was gonna do like a Saturday morning cartoon watch,
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I think so because there's so many, like people. I'm convinced that
I would
like
really like to do a Saturday morning cartoon watch.
Yeah, I'm convinced that like a lot of corporations just don't care about any of their properties that are over 30 years old at this point. So like
They really don't.
Like people upload stuff that should definitely be getting copyright strikes, and it just stays up. I mean, there's whole ass.
At least in the Hollywood sense of things, and like Saturday morning cartoon kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder how Capcom's doing with all those bring back the old stuff surveys.
I don't know. Well, that concluded, right? They completed the survey for the
Oh
Hey,
yes.
some more people to talk to.
Oh, hang on.
And
Yakut, what can I do for you?
I'm so glad you're in the group now, Al. It sucked that you weren't there.
Thanks, Yakut. It was awkward, but I'm glad we finally got it out of our system. You all mean a lot to me, and cutting myself off like that, it just wasn't healthy.
Thanks,
All right, I should go.
Yakut.
Hey, Yakut.
I'm Iron Man.
How you doing, Byron?
He does look a bit like Iron Man.
I'm doing well, thank you. I still have a lot to learn, but at least we're
Stark.
moving forward now.
I was gonna
You've
say
helped a lot too, Yakut.
if he didn't,
Even
it
though
sure
you
would be a
never take
stark
credit for it.
contrast.
Ooh. Ooh.
No offense.
Are you
How
Tony
come you came
Stank?
to the exhibition?
Tony
One
Stank.
kid suggested that I needed to stay in touch with what's happening
Oh,
on the
God.
ground, what the people I represent are actually doing. To remember that this is about human beings, not spreadsheets. I think
I was
that's pretty
reading about that
important
cameo the
in
other
order to
day.
avoid repeating
Oh,
the whole
with
founder
Elon Musk?
situation.
No, Stan Lee,
Oh yeah.
because he's the
Well,
one
the
who's
entity
like,
is ready with a party of 9.
With running things.
That's a lot more than you usually
Neronian.
have.
Hey,
Good
you had a
job.
party. Nice.
How's it going, Jody? You're doing pretty good.
I heard Al was here and... Never mind.
Al was here.
Is there anything that worries you about the future?
I think we have to start thinking about changing the way we organize society. It was all pretty simple when we were bound to one city and one planet, but Mayor isn't really an accurate title for what I do anymore, is it?
It's God of the universe now.
We'll need better systems, but we'll also have to make sure those systems are democratic, not bureaucratic.
It's hopeless.
Yeah.
Do you have any relationship advice for me?
Never let anything fester. It's not conflict you have to be worried about, but resentment.
I'm pretty sure he didn't mean that literally.
Any news about that weird anomaly Athena discovered?
Although literally
According
is
to
also
Melville's
good
latest
advice.
calculations, if we built a Noema machine,
Never
as
let
big
your
as the
girlfriend's
moon,
wounds fester.
we could reach the anomaly in about 42 billion years. So I think it's not a priority right now, even though I'd really, really like to know what it is.
Did you solve any puzzles?
I did. Even Melville did a few. But 1K just rushed through them. Had the time of his life. I guess he just loves puzzles.
Yeah, I do.
Did you know that Herman is trying to woo Melville?
Oh, no, I didn't know. Wow. He was my political enemy, but that's a harsh fate. I hope he has plenty of backups.
It's really nice that you and Alcatraz are talking again.
You have no idea how relieved I am. I think I was walking around with an open wound and I didn't even realize.
It was festering.
All right. Talk to you later.
Hey, they're back. Observe Byron and Alcatraz in their natural habitat, a complex discussion of philosophical ideas in which they completely disagree and yet somehow manage to be pleasant about it. In this instance, they have drawn in the elusive creature known as Barzai and are arguing with him about the nature of the sublime. I think he's either terrified or having the time of his life.
Thin line between the two, in my experience.
Yes, it is. Reunited. They may be idiots, but they're our idiots.
They are.
Damjan AMA. Damjan doesn't need an extensive introduction from me. Although he rarely talks about, his music has inspired everyone in New Jerusalem for years. This is a rare opportunity for all of us to gain deeper insights into his artistic process. One question per person, please. What's your favorite instrument? Every instrument can be magical when used correctly. But it's a guitar, of course. Naturally, I agree. Who's your favorite composer? I'm interested in learning more about music composition. If I exclude my namesake, then it's Hans Zimmer. His best pieces are so good they feel like something out of myth. That said, you should always listen to lots of different stuff. Never get stuck on only one type of music. There's so much incredible music out there. Hey dude, huge fan. Oh, it's purple. Hey dude, huge fan. What's your favorite track of your own work? Mine is The Fall of Gehenna. It just gives me the chills. Not sure I could choose. They all mean something unique to me. That said, on my latest album, I was very proud of Southern Horizons, inspired by everything I felt as I watched the expedition search for Athena. I think I captured something there. You mentioned your namesake. Who are you after? I picked my name in honor of the great composer Damjan Mravnak, whose music Alexandra Drennan listened to as she worked on the simulation. He was a composer for video games, and I think his work never got the level of attention it deserved. Is he literally the composer for this game?
Wouldn't
Probably.
that be great?
It's probably a shadow of some kind.
Because most people back then treated games as products, not works of art. From reading his writings, I suspect he was also far too humble for his own good, so I take every chance I can get to tell people about his music.
Yeah, that's 100% the composer of this game, then.
Self-insert.
Is your music directly inspired by his? Yes, definitely. If you listen to what he did, then to what I've done, you'll see that I've really tried to continue his legacy. I think every artist does that to some degree. We all see something that matters to us in the past, and we carry it forward into the future. We keep the flame alive. Your answers are truly inspiring, sir. Speaking of the future, where is your imagination taking you next? I'm working on several new albums, but what's really gotten stuck in my head lately is this anomaly that Athena apparently discovered in deep space. An object older than the universe that does not obey the theory of everything. Is it a threat, a message, a trace of the Prime Mover? I feel new melodies stirring.
Do you think that's a hook for a sequel?
Talos 3?
I mean, sounds like it.
Beyond the Edge of the Universe?
Space, no one can hear you beep boop beep.
You know what? That's so true. And it's about time somebody said it.
Bezod. Greetings, friends and fellow citizens. I would like to inquire as to the possibility of existing as a single consciousness in multiple bodies simultaneously. I'd very much like to exist in this fashion, but I am not certain whether it is feasible. In theory, it is possible, but if you want to be one continuous consciousness, there are some strict technical limitations, largely involving distance and the speed at which information can travel. Hard limits are hard limits. There's more to it than that. You'd also need a very different sort of mind than what we have, capable of dealing with all this input and output in parallel, which is certainly feasible, but should be done carefully. Finally, an application of all this new technology that will actually expand someone's mind. But tell me, what made you come up with this idea? Thank you, Nathan Leinrix. That sounds encouraging. As to your question, dear Helga, I don't think it is something I can answer in entirely rational terms. Let me simply say that I am in love with the world and I wish to see more of its beauty.
Because I just want to be the Borg.
Listen, into every life a little Borg must fall.
There it is.
Serenian says just beat Beyond Good and Evil HD. Rick, you intend to play the 20th anniversary edition when it comes out?
Is it actually coming out?
Well, the remake is. We still don't know about the sequel.
The sequel's never coming out.
Sequel to
Beyond Good and Evil.
Oh.
I think if there is ever a chance of it coming out, they may just, see how the remake does.
Nice.
In which case, I will probably play it because even though I have absolutely no idea what to expect from it since I've never played it before, it still sounds like something I would want to do.
I mean, it does have animal people in it.
That is true. That is like 80%.
Sword. Your side, their side, and my paraphrase.
Since we mentioned upcoming games, I'm checking my watch. Let's see if anything has release dates now.
I thought you were just gonna be like, I'm checking my watch.
Do the signpost. Signpost.
Rise of the Golden Idol. 24. Full version of Windblown. 2024. Rivals of Ether 2. 2020. Q4 2024. Okay, that's good. Crypt Custodian.
Wait, what was that?
Crypt Custodian. Did you see that one, Stoker? Here, I'll link you the trailer if you want to see it.
I mean, it does sound relevant to my interests.
It's not as spoopy as you might think it is, but it looks pretty cool.
Listen, man, even non-spooky crypts need their custodians.
There you go. All right, so that one is Q3 2024.
Oh, Crypt Custodian.
Yeah, I did.
I thought you said like Quid Custodian.
Quid pro
quotidian.
Yes.
Quotidian. Let's see. Nico Rico. TBX.
It doesn't seem to be anything in here that I can access. Oh, there we go. Okay. This makes a little more sense.
It's a bummer when games go from like a fixed release date to TVA, but it is what it is. I'm glad that they're taking time to get it right.
We're finally getting Metroid at least.
Yeah, 2025. I'm assuming people have been waiting a long time for Prime 4 or whatever.
Very.
I was gonna say, yeah, just a little bit.
Nice.
I'm also pretty certain, judging from the polls, that they're going to come out with a Breath of Fire remake, and I'm actually very curious how they're going to do that.
The original?
The first 3.
All 3?
Oh.
It looks
Where'd
like,
you hear that?
judging from the polls. It's not fact, but the thing is, Capcom's polls are basically state the 3 top games that they are that they want the fans to ask about remakes were Onimusha, which I found still surprising, Dino Crisis, because that's clearly rigged, and Breath of Fire 1, 2, and 3, which was a surprise. It came in 3rd place, which is surprising.
I would
didn't know
love
that,
to play a
Breath
Breath of Fire remake if it's like all the games.
The first 3, they said. They asked that specifically, so there's a good chance they're going to do it.
Hey, how about a 3D Darkstalkers game, huh? How about that?
No, that's not allowed.
Said Jonas, and then crickets.
But now, serious though, the one I really liked they were able to with the results, but I still laugh how easily rigged Dino Crisis was in the poll. It was clearly rigged. Second female, most popular female around the world. Well, it was Jill Valentine, but second place, Regina. And when you look at the Japanese side of polls, it's Chun-Li that's in first place with Jill in second place. Regina's not even there though. I wonder why.
I think I'm about to wipe out again. Yeah, there I go.
Wait, Stoker, what are you playing?
You know what I'm playing.
He's playing Wipeout.
Oh.
No, I'm not playing Wipeout. Not playing Wipeout. What was I playing? What was I playing the last time?
Is that a bird?
We're playing Balacha.
Yes, I'm still trying to beat Jokerless. I've gotten as far as Anti-7.
Dang. It's pretty far for Jokerless.
Yes, it is! Because you only have to beat Anti-8.
Aw. You don't say.
I did say. You want to hear me say it again?
Actually, I should post this in Discord so you see what I mean, but...
Yeah, sure.
There it is. Now, you might be wondering, what's first place saying not in there? That's clearly Dino Crisis.
Let me take a look.
You move all the way over.
That's when you can tell it's been rigged. That's Dino Crisis fans.
Yeah. I know of Onimusha. I've never actually played any of those games.
They were pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think I can get red.
Onimushi.
Onimushi.
The reason I liked it because the weapons you played in that game were very cool.
Does that activate? That just activates a fan, so.
And I actually really did like their one. Like it was sort of like in terms of fighting that game, it was designed to be. They had a really cool critical hit system. That's what it was. That's what it was. If you hit the button at the exact same time as the enemy is about to hit you, you could critical strike them. And you could do it with the bosses too. But you had to play risky in order to do it though.
Nice.
And then Onimusha 3, I remember you could chain critical hit, which was pretty cool. If you got one bad guy and you critical hit him, you could do it to another one, then another one, then another one. It just goes on endlessly.
There's some who say he's still critical hitting to this very day.
He might be critical hitting to your house, Stoker.
Oh no.
Sounds like a critical situation.
It is critical. But yeah, the
I
critical
don't
hit
like
system
that
was
at
pretty
all.
cool. That's what I remember that was pretty cool about Onimusha. But also the, well, I said it already actually, the weapons. But the weapons were elemental in the game. Thunder swords, I think there was. Fire hammers. Lightning spears. Oh no, not lightning spears.
I feel like I saw a commercial for it back in like the PS2 era.
Entirely possible.
Yeah. It looked pretty cool. Onimusha. PlayStation.
That was beautiful, Jonas. Made me feel like I was there.
Yeah, you were.
Concerning.
Hello, sorry I was off in Erdry land. What did I miss?
We were just talking.
Everything.
Yeah, we were just talking about like Metroid Prime, a couple other games. Nothing too hectic. I'm going through my watch list to see if anything has like updated release dates.
Actually,
Not a whole lot so far.
to bring this over here.
Power Rangers got a release date now. Still nothing on the Satisfactory front.
Oh yeah, that's right. John Reno was in Naughty Motion Free. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
They mocapped him in that one.
I need
This
the
puzzle
box.
can be extremely easily cheesed by just putting a connector on that pillar, but of course we won't do that because we're better than that, right Rick?
Yes, of course.
Although I don't think he did it. He did like literally himself. They just basically got the permission to use his, I should say, his face for the mocapping.
No, yeah. Okay.
Because that was a huge thing back in PlayStation 2. And in fact, that was, I read that was what Capcom was doing pretty much all their games back in PlayStation 2 era, mocapping.
Yeah, but it was like I remember it would be kind of awkward because they didn't do all. I guess maybe they didn't have the same face tracking back then because I remember a lot of characters where only the mouth would move and it would move in kind of a shape keyed way. And
Yeah,
Pretty cool, even if I say so myself.
they fixed
And
that
now I have to
by
do
the
the
time
giant
Devil May Cry
cube.
3.
But I
right.
can do this. Yes.
Yes.
I thought you were about to be like, they didn't have the same faces back then.
Yeah.
Astolfo
Oh,
is
that's
asking Frederick, what's the worst fruit?
Intrigued why this is a Frederick question.
Yeah.
I
have
think
my
I
own
know why it
opinions.
might be a Frederick question.
Oh, I see.
I'll let Federic go.
But yeah,
I'm
really
thinking about it.
But yeah, I'm really hoping to hear some news about the polls from them about Breath of Fire 1, 2, 3. It looks very, very possible.
Well, that would be cool. It's been a long time since I've breathed any fire.
I poked around on Reddit. There was nothing definitive, but you're not alone in your in the sentiment, apparently.
Well, to the top 3. I mean,
Well,
and like I say, Capcom's listing.
Yeah.
It's also
They're
like,
listening to
I
it
know,
right
like,
now.
I've expressed that it would be cooler if the main character was just like a dragon all the time. But there are plenty of furries in this setting too, so.
Oh my gosh, Breath of Fire 2 has this tiger girl in it, y'all.
Yes.
And listen.
Go on.
We're listening.
She's bottomless.
Okay,
Calm down.
personally I hate bananas, but objectively I'd say the worst fruit is manchineel because it's lethally poisonous.
That's.
I mean, that is a negative.
Why would somebody poisonous fruit?
Or is
Cat
it?
was also very powerful back then.
Yes, she was. Very powerful, very bottomless. That got me to play that game when I saw her.
Worst fruit. I really don't like lychees or durians. I don't like those. Best fruit, probably
Oh, it's
lime. I love
okay.
lime.
Let's talk to ourselves.
Oh, hey!
Yakut! Bro! No?
Hello.
No, I don't think bro is something I say.
No, probably
Sorry,
not.
mate. Just testing out this voice pack. Do I say mate? Mate. Mate. Mate.
Hey, 1K.
K1K.
So, how have you been? How's Miranda?
We're doing great, thanks.
And what's it like having the founder as your mother-in-law, so to speak?
Terrifying things.
No, Astolfo, I'd say a fruit that kills you is a bit worse than apples.
I mean, an apple can kill you if you throw it hard enough.
to it.
She's actually
It
pretty
can kill
nice.
doctors.
I just wish I knew when to keep my mouth
It's
shut.
true. Again, if you throw it hard enough.
Honestly, you're lucky. After everything they did for us, it's amazing that they didn't just set themselves up as king and queen of the robots. They truly believe in everything Alexandra Drennan stood for. Anyway, what can I do for you?
How do you like the exhibition?
It's fun, but the puzzles are a little bit too easy. Byron mentioned that the puzzles in the machine were a lot harder, and I'm kind of sad I missed out on that. But this is also nice. It's kind of chill. Is chill something I say? I think it is.
Riru. Yeah, I finished all 3 of the Talos DLCs. Now doing the Elden Ring one.
On some days it seems like a dream. On others, it seems like I'll never experience anything as profound again. I don't just mean the theory of everything. I think no matter what comes next, the most important part of my life was the time I spent with all of you on that island.
So it's all downhill from here.
How have we gone this far without the Melon family entering the crosshairs? I mean, Cantaloupe. I haven't had melon in a very long time, and I know my taste has changed in that period of time, so I need to try it again to see if I still am a little now on
I
it.
really like honeydew melons.
I've never been too big into melons. Shut up, Jonas. But, just heading that off right at the pass.
I was gonna say.
But you know you have so much ahead of you, right?
But,
I know that. But I think this was the defining
just
experience
me.
of my life. And if I can never top that, that's fine. I found my family. And together, we changed the course of history. I couldn't have done it without them. And they couldn't have done it without me. Of course, I'm looking forward to the future.
Okay.
But I don't need something that exceeds this.
How's the sensor
I do not
upgrade?
want to know what
I
the
haven't tried it
Skibidi
yet.
trees are.
It's massively weird and kind of awesome. Also really hard to describe because it's so unique and subjective. I'm not surprised the ancients loved to eat and drink and, you know, all that fun stuff they did with their bodies. When we talk about them, we're always going on about disease and mortality.
Yeah, I
But
do
we forget
know.
that they also experienced a lot of pleasure. And I think we can actually push our own sensations far beyond what our ancestors experienced.
We can do ultra sex.
What are your plans for the future?
I really enjoyed all the exploration missions we went on together, so I think I'd like to do more of that. There's so
Thinking
much
of
to see
Professor
up there.
Farnsworth
Maybe
in
we'll
that
even find
episode where he
literacy.
got de-aged temporarily. He's
I
like,
don't
oh,
want some downtime
now I'm
to
going to
figure
need a
myself
fake
out.
ID to watch
I was
ultra
thrust with this
porn.
enormous adventure literally the day I was born. Sometimes I just want to hang around New Jerusalem, reading books and watching movies.
Is Herman really trying to woo Melville?
Oh, you better believe he is. I think that's the main reason she agreed to come here.
Is it working?
Is it working?
I'm not sure. She says she's annoyed, but I don't know. The weird thing is that it's kind of charming. Now that he's dropped the whole founder thing, Herman's not that bad. He even kind of gets along with Byron now.
Impossible.
Herman
What's the
and
secret to
Melville,
solving
it'll
puzzles?
never work.
You're the
What would
expert,
their
right?
ship name be?
Huh. I'd say a combination of spatial awareness
Now
and
him.
questioning your own assumptions. The easiest way to get stuck is to decide that
I
things
mean, it would be
have to
Pequod.
work in a particular way.
Thank
and miss
you.
all the possibilities.
Well played. Well played.
See you around, 1K.
And Melville,
Hello, Yakut.
our favorite ornery engineer.
Do you think we'll get it right this time, as a species?
Nope.
Weirdly, I do. I think we've passed some sort of threshold.
We're in the Star
I don't
Trek
know
universe
what's
now.
next, but
Yay.
I think the old loops are broken.
Ah, if only.
What's your biggest project right now?
Expanding the wormhole network so we can get further out into the galaxy. It'll take an enormous amount of infrastructure to do correctly, which is why we're taking it slow. But if we pull it off, it'll be incredible.
How's Pellegrino?
He's learning, which I didn't think possible. Makes me suspicious.
Tell me about this sensor upgrade you're testing.
It's a side project I'm working on. Biological humans had all sorts of sensory organs that we lack, and that was a significant part of their culture. Seems a shame to limit ourselves to the handful of inputs the Institute managed to slap together before they went extinct.
Got any relationship advice for me?
Just be yourself. People don't like you because of your skills or your intelligence.
like
They
you.
like you
I was
because
about to
you're a
say.
decent person.
People just don't like you.
Compassionate and a good friend. Besides, you'll never be half as smart as Miranda, so why try?
Ouch.
So, what's up
But
with
fair.
you and Herman?
He's malfunctioning, that's what's up. It's very sad. We might have to put him down.
See you later, Melville.
Yakut, there is one thing that
Melville
scares
sure
me
has a
sometimes.
personality.
Not that things could go
True.
wrong, but how close this future came to not happening.
The unknown, etc.
One
Rating the
K
party of
would have been
6.
perfectly
Welcome, welcome,
justified
welcome.
making a different choice. What if we
Take your shoes off. Kick
what
back.
If we didn't earn
Yeah.
this? What if we don't deserve it?
Shouty, I don't like this.
Then we earn it now by doing it right.
I can work with that.
Trying to find the triangle puzzle.
Stoffa says a fragrant gift bouquet was sorted meows, and they replied with, "Would that be po purdy?"
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Yeah.
We do have fun here in the Rig Stream with the Root Crew.
That's right.
We're wearing our space boots in the Rig Stream.
So I was thinking about getting a VR Chat Plus account just so that I could start a group that was like Ruku and Friends, but I don't know if it's worth it or not.
Justify. I'm not really sure. I don't know what a group does that us already having a Discord together wouldn't do.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can have your own group world like that. That feels like a big plus.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said,
We can put it like we can put a pin in that.
yeah, sure.
Just like my doll of Jonas.
Hey,
Yeah, my dog,
Phantom
Peanut.
Tunnel.
wish I had a casual wormhole projector.
Oh, Jonas, don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let them be nightmares.
Here.
I don't know what that sound was.
I don't either.
It was the sound of my nightmares.
Your nightmares sound very nightmarish.
Can move this back.
Did I show? No, I haven't shown you this yet. Have you ever seen the movie Waxworks?
Sounds familiar.
Was that the one with Paris Hilton?
No. That's House of Wax.
Oh, okay,
Not to be
okay.
confused with the Vincent Price House of Wax,
Right.
which is, the good one.
No, I don't think
So there's another wax museum-based horror movie.
Yes. In this one, people get like kind of pulled into the exhibits and like face the monsters and historical figures for real because there's a madman trying to bring them to life. There's also like a time travel based sequel. Anyway, the reason why I bring it up is multiple people have made sure that I have seen this today, and I had forgotten about it. It's described as... I may have sent this to you earlier, actually, Rick. The funniest vampire death in cinema history. Did I send you that, Rick?
You might have.
Here, I'm sending it to you, Jonas.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 5 seconds long.
1 sec, let me just close my numerous windows. Take a look.
Yeah, I don't think you sent that to me.
Well, I sent it to you just now.
Let's see.
Let's take a look.
Oh no! What the hell?
Sounds evil.
Here, you know what? I'm gonna put it in off topic. It's
What?
just
Share it with chat. It's hilarious.
Okay, fine. I should put it in chat too.
What the hell?
There.
That is
God.
Wow.
This is a real movie, y'all.
What the hell?
It's got actors in it.
Take that, 90s big hair vampire.
There were there were caterers who had to make food for the people who made this movie.
It's amazing. Just
God, what a magical experience.
Look, vampires have weaknesses, but a gun is also pretty effective in general.
I mean, okay.
When you look at the
Yeah.
scene, I feel like that's the priest doing it too.
Yeah, God.
It's like
It's
those
been so
arguments
long
you
since I've
Emitters
seen
all
this
the way
movie.
over here.
Yeah, it's like those arguments you have in like junior high where you're like, what if you use like an anti-tank shell on Dracula? Would he be able to recover from that?
I mean, if it were Helsing's Alucard, yes.
Right. What if we dropped a nuke on Dracula? What if Superman? Anyway,
I mean,
that worked.
Superman has fought Dracula. I'm 90% sure, but
I'm not gonna-
Let's. We gotta get away from the death battle scenarios. All right.
Could Goku beat a vampire? You know.
Stanley said this. Whoever win, I get to decide who wins. Doesn't matter who the power level is.
Yeah.
And then everybody brings up Squirrel Girl versus
Right, yeah.
Dr. Doom.
Squirrel Girl.
Could Squirrel Girl beat Dracula?
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of It's like people who try to get into serious debates about who Saitama could and couldn't beat. It's like you're missing the point. He's not One Punch Man because he's so strong. That's just the in-universe justification for it. He's One Punch Man because it's funny.
Yeah.
So the rule is, would it be funny for Saitama to beat them in combat? If yes, then yes.
So, in that sense, Squirrel Girl would beat Saitama, but that's because she's like, not somebody that Saitama would want to fight anyway.
Exactly.
She'd be able to talk him down.
Not only that, but Saitama would just sleep in the bed and let them pile over him just to find out if this is a good way to sleep.
Oh.
I always loved the detail that Squirrel Girl is the one entity in the Marvel universe that Deadpool fears above all.
Didn't Dr. Doom fear her too?
She is to the Marvel universe what Plastic Man is to the DC universe.
Doom has lost to her at least once, so... I mean, Galactus has lost to her once. Come on.
What about like Thanos?
Yeah, he's lost to her.
Oh my god, is this canon?
Well, I've read this. There's this whole like, you know that Ryan North did a run on Squirrel Girls comic, right?
I still need to read that. That looks so good.
I did not. I did not know that.
Yeah, like there's this whole thing where Squirrel Girl and Galactus are just having a conversation, like just chilling and talking about like all the different people she's dealt with, and she's like, my squirrels and I beat Thanos up, and Galactus is just like, haha, nice, what a tool.
Ryan North has like that very casual conversational style. But he's also incredibly nerdy.
Yeah. God bless you, Canada, for giving us Ryan North.
I don't know,
You're
though,
welcome.
Stoker. They also gave us Bryan Adams. Just
Well, you know,
GC.
can't win them all.
I mean, you are the ambassador.
That's true.
I can only say we're sorry for Justin Bieber.
That's
Oh,
right.
right, I forgot. I can never forgive you.
But hey, we gave you Jim Carrey.
That's true.
And
But
Kevin
you also
Bacon.
gave us William Shatner.
Well, Shatner was, yeah.
And milk in a bag.
And
Well, they didn't actually give that to us. They've been hoarding it.
Those bastards.
We gave you Megatron.
GC. Wait, is Megatron Canadian? Is that official? I believe it.
Uh,
voice
he-
actor, I think he means.
Yes.
Frank Welker,
They,
yeah.
That would be something.
Is Megatron from Space Canada? Like Robotic Space Canada?
the one from Beast Wars is.
I knew it. Oh, that's right, David Cage. That's true.
Yeah,
Well,
David Cage.
everybody in Beast Wars was like
Yes.
Canadian casting, right?
I didn't know that either.
That wasn't a very hard triangle puzzle, but that did have like a very weird setup.
I mean, are all the taxes going to like
Exactly,
Space Obama or something?
I don't think anybody's going to hear anything about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite anymore, so I might as well say. But one of the things I still can't believe they did, they got David Cage to place Jada Dorma in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is pretty cool.
Red Tower
David Cage's awesome.
You know what, Jonas? You're awesome.
Yes, I am. You're right.
And apparently, if Marvel and Capcom get their brains going again with the future story of the series, Jeda's basically going to be Capcom's equivalent of Def.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Ow, shit.
The whole, in fact, behind the scenes of Marvel's Capcom Infinite, Jeda and Def were trying to destroy both universes, and Thanos was not happy that Jeda was basically working hand in hand with Def. He's like, "That's my woman. What are you doing?"
That's true. He is
Never
very
happy.
possessive of this woman who just basically does not even want to give him the time of day.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is Thanos an incel?
Oh God, what have I done?
Oh,
They get stalker ideas.
Much to think about.
Can't you see? I know you're friendly, but you don't get this friendly.
I'm kind of glad they didn't go the literal route and just make Death like Thanos' girlfriend in the Marvel universe. That would be kind of.
See,
Well,
I'm of the exact opposite opinion. I wish they had. But rather than making her the like cosmic embodiment of death that she was in, or that she is in the comics, I feel like they should have just brought Hela back from Thor Ragnarok.
Well, Hela was cool, sure.
Yeah, she was hella cool.
Hey, all right.
My main issue with Thanos' MCU plan is just how little sense it makes, but...
No, you're right, you're right.
Well, okay, that's one of my two issues. The biggest issue I have with MCU Thanos is how many people in the real world who think he had a point. Maybe he is the scariest villain of all. But you know.
Because it's like, no, his plan was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was morally repugnant and kind of just flat out dumb.
Like when I said on Twitter that I understand Thanos' frustration and why he would feel this way. And people jump all over me like, oh, you think Thanos is right? No, I don't think he's right. I think he's a lunatic. I understand why you would look at the universe and think that there's something wrong with it. Everybody does that.
See, the real question to me is, what kind of soup was he making when the Avengers showed up and, like, beheaded him?
He was making, gee, I hope I don't get my head cut off today, soup.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
It's gonna be some MC Escher ass kind of thing.
Cool. I was wondering if you were going to go into that thing.
No. Ow.
Careful of that, it hurts.
Yeah, apparently. It's okay, I'm a robot.
Hey Jonas, do you remember that like late '80s Spider-Man cartoon?
Vaguely. They all kind of blur together.
Used to watch a lot of that when I was a kid.
Was that the one where it was like Iceman and...
Well, that's one of them. There were actually several of that era, I suppose. Yeah, Iceman and Firestar, and they were roommates. Oh my god, they were
roommates? My god, they were roommates.
They were roommates. Yeah. No, I was thinking of one that I think predated that one, actually. Where it was just Spider-Man, but like the network was all like, Star Wars is popular, you should put a Darth Vader type villain in this show.
That's
just
right.
like, and then just like, okay, fine, we'll just throw Doctor Doom in there.
Yeah, that's right, I remember that. Hey, if you were going on a road trip with Iceman, would you bring a cooler or would you just make him do it?
Just make him do it.
Isn't that rude, though?
I really did not enjoy this puzzle because puzzles are supposed to engage the brain, not attack your senses with vertigo and disorientation.
I mean, Iceman would feel like a chill. Okay, fine.
I feel like it's going to take me the entire hour just to wrap my head around this puzzle.
Could be.
I don't even know what I'm trying to do yet.
Me every day when I wake up. I could get that. I guess I could. I guess I could.
You could.
You guess
I
you
guess I
could.
could.
Alright, you did.
I guess I could.
Yes, you could.
They even gave him like a very conspicuously Darth Vader sounding voice in that version.
Yeah. And didn't he have like an English accent too?
That was in the 90s
Was it the 90s?
Fantastic
Okay.
Four cartoon that they gave him a super English accent.
Right.
And he like had all these funny little one-liners too. Like they gave him this really sarcastic, dry wit. Like there was an episode where he was going to nuke the entirety of New York City, and he was just like, "Oh, I never did get to see cats."
If you can sympathize with any element of a villain's experience, it definitely makes you support any conclusions they draw or actions they take. You know, I remember when the Loki miniseries was happening. I remember seeing this one Twitter post that was like, "Excuse me, no one should be supporting this guy. He's a mass murderer. If you're, you know."
I think that
Like-
might be where to start.
because of what Loki did in the Battle of New York. It just made him like unredeemable as a character.
Yeah, but he's Loki.
Yeah, it's awesome. Tom
Yeah,
Hiddleston.
he's low-key awesome.
Yeah.
How can you say no to that alligator Loki?
That's right. That got so wacky.
All right, what's in this spectral pack for me?
I did
Didn't
really
sound
enjoy the
useful.
Marvel MCU when it got wackier.
Yeah.
The wackier a comic book universe gets, the better.
Yeah.
In my book.
Their best stuff is when they're not afraid to get utterly bizarre, like WandaVision, or the Loki series, or a little bit in Hawkeye. That was kind of fun, dude. They got a little kooky with Hawkeye. It's at its worst when it takes itself completely seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I still liked Masters of the Universe, but it could have been better.
I've gotten kind of checked out with regard to Marvel. Like there's stuff coming out, and I just like
I was just done once Guardians 3 was over.
Yeah.
I still have high hopes for Deadpool. Wolverine
I
movie,
still
though.
might watch that Spider-Man crossover movie, but I'm not in any hurry.
Right. I mean, I like No Way Home because incredible nostalgia value. But yeah.
Man, I loved that movie.
Yeah, but for the most part, I mean, there's a bunch of like TV shows that I haven't seen at this point. Like most of them.
Well, I mean, if it gets to the point where it feels like you're having to do homework to
Yeah.
keep up, you know.
I dragged Skylar to Guardians 2, and he wasn't too happy.
Did he not care for it?
He didn't like the fact that you needed to, like, I gave him like this brief. We went to a morning show. The local mall was doing shows at like 9:30 for like dirt cheap, like $4 matinee.
Yeah,
kind of
no,
shit.
I know you're one of those people
Yeah.
who made me get up early.
Yeah.
When I was working.
Yeah, him and me would always go for coffee around that time anyway. So I was just like, hey, we can just do this. And he was like, you're not gonna shut up until I go with you, are you? And
I can picture this so easily.
And on the way over, to the theater, I briefed him on like I give him like the paragraph-sized summary of the Marvel universe, and he was just giving me this look. Yeah, he didn't like the fact that like you needed to watch like 10 movies to understand what the hell was going on.
Yeah, it's funny how the Marvel Cinematic Universe speed ran the exact same problem with Marvel Comics.
I was always afraid of that when it started, because the thing that made the MCU work the way it did was because they simplified everything.
Yeah.
Like, while I do not mind them getting wacky with everything, it's usually the lore that starts to bog things down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where's my Marvel versus Capcom universe, Marvel?
If they made an actual Marvel Capcom movie, I'd probably watch it. Because
I would rather see a TV series, honestly.
Either way, I mean, as long as they got silly with it, if they took it seriously, it would be boring. But like, it would be great. That would be a great opportunity to just go completely. What's the director's name? Shaun the Dead. Scott Pilgrim. What's that director's name?
Oh, Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright. Yeah, just go completely Edgar Wright with it and make it this ridiculous, over the top slugfest
with real slugs.
Yeah.
I said it 7 years ago, but when I first saw the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite game, I knew that Marvel was trying something very deep back then, like trying to get their paws on a game franchise for a movie. And they eventually went with Fortnite. But I had a very big feeling they were trying something that was Infinite back then, and unfortunately it sunk.
I feel like one possible like gold standard for just having a lot of super characters all together at once would be like in the Spider-Verse, because they had that ridiculous ensemble of spider folks, but they still made it work. You know, they still made it fun. I think that's basically what you'd have to do with a Marvel Capcom movie. Just go completely berserk with it and not take it remotely seriously.
Well, it's pretty much a fighting universe. What was I going to say? Yeah, basically the Marvel Capcom universe, in all honesty, it's just a mashup of all the things, the history of all the Marvel and Capcom franchise at this point.
Right.
So technically, I could see if they think about it really hard, this could work if they do it right. Basically, like, I don't know, call it one huge Danger Room seminar in a universe.
Yeah. Geez, I'm so glad you got a headset. I mean, yeah, it's fine, you know, your mic was fine, but like, oh my god.
No, seriously, I appreciate that you guys can hear me clear.
Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah, because your old one would occasionally pick up, like, you know, your family or, you know, the desk vibrations. It's no big deal, but I mean, it was sort of like, oh.
No, seriously, like, I didn't realize it was that bad.
You live and learn.
Oh no, why'd I do that? Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
I can't hear at the sound of how awesome I am.
You know, we
I'm
haven't
going to live after all.
Stokes, we haven't heard your train in a while.
Oh yeah, I retired it.
Oh, okay, cool. I took it and chucked it into the what's that river again?
Pasture.
It picks up background Canada radiation.
Stoker, what's that river near you? Is it the Potomac?
No.
What? I just felt like saying that.
You just felt like saying Potomac for no particular reason?
Yeah. Look, you know how my brain is.
Yeah, sadly I do.
It's I'm thinking it's something silly. Like, what would a Marvel vs. Capcom plot be? Basically, they would chuck on. Well, they already did it, but they chuck Onslaught into the Marvel vs. Capcom universe, and they beat the crap out of them.
If I was going to make a movie like that, I would make it like I would pick the most unimportant, overrated, like character that no one likes from.
Go grab the red one again. Okay.
From Marvel Comics, and just make them the protagonist, like the underdog.
Just put underdog in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
People like underdog characters, right?
Underdog.
Not as much as like
underdog.
Well, that's why Peter Parker or Spider-Man's so popular.
Right, because
that's very true.
The everyman from Queens.
One random card
here. For a while, like I remember in older, like the '90s Spider-Man, they would kind of give him like this kind of like kind of obnoxious, quippy voice.
But that's a little bit of Spider-Man is being quippy.
Yeah, but I think honestly I like the movie versions better just because
this is starting to sound like a bad comic book plot.
Yeah.
When that dan.
No, like the movie versions mostly Tobey Maguire and what's his name? Tom Holland sound just really awkward.
Huh?
Andrew Garfield sounds sort of awkward, not as much, but I think I prefer Peter Parker as being dorky rather than cool, because he's not meant to be cool. He's like he's
to be
like
little cool.
I mean, he's like a chem major, right?
Well, he's cool as Spider-Man.
Right.
He puts on the mask and he. Well, you know exactly how that works. I don't have to.
Yeah.
Nobody cared who I was before I put on the mask.
Right. It's like Bruce Wayne puts on the mask and becomes gruff and angry.
Have you guys ever heard of Spider-Man Fake Red?
No.
Okay.
Is that the Mountain Dew flavor?
No. I haven't read it, but I heard so much about it. I wanted to pick it up someday. But it had a very interesting premise. Basically, a high school Japanese kid comes to New York and he hears about Spider-Man. He starts taking rock climbing classes because he thought, oh man, I could be like Spider-Man by doing this. Mm-hmm. Then he just finds a Spider-Man costume. I think it was just somebody else's costume. and he finds out it has actual web slingers in it. And he's like, "Oh shit!" And he was trying it out, and then the series goes into great detail how he nearly breaks his neck using the web slingers and all that, and how he just basically went around the ride. But I said that's actually a pretty cool plot. It only came up. It only lasted for 1 year though, because unfortunately nobody really bought it, which was sad.
Yeah, well, that often happens when they try something new. Sad but true. Ooh woo woo woo. Whoops, not that one. This one. Yeah.
Oh, I need green.
What the hell was that, Stoker?
Sorry, I was griping at this game. There, that's better. Didn't give me what I needed.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Look, it's very difficult to do this without jokers. Especially when your deck just won't give you the shit you need.
But seriously, one thing I gotta say about Louis Home when I watch it, William Dafoe was awesome.
Oh, always.
Oh, he's good in everything he does.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. He's incapable of botching it.
He's
he was
incapable
like scary.
of doing wrong.
They
Like-
let him be scary in it, and I like that.
Like he could be, you know, he could be a cute little bunny and be like, "Yes, I'm a little rabbit." You know,
Yeah, I could picture that.
look at my little hippity hop nose.
No,
Spider-Man.
Jonas. That's just silly. Noses don't hop, Jonas.
Easter's coming early. I don't know.
I don't even know you. Oh, I need that. Okay. All spade cards are debuffed. Don't debuff your spade card, buddy. How many 4s have I got left? Oh, 2. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have destroyed so many.
You know, I always thought Willem Dafoe was like Dutch or something because his first name was Willem, but apparently
I've always thought he was Willem Scream.
Yeah, thank you. I always thought he actually was the Green Goblin because he was so good at it.
So what is he? I mean, where's he from? Not what is he?
No one knows. No, I think he's just American. I think maybe he like changed the. It was one of the cases where he had to like change the name.
To protect the innocent.
Well, no, okay. Sometimes this thing happens where, like, there was an actor in Heroes called David Lawrence, the 15th, and the only reason he added the XVI, or no, 16th, yeah, the only reason he added the number was because there were so many David Lawrences already, and like you can't, you know, that's an issue with the screen actors. Go like Michael Keaton did the same thing. His real name isn't Michael Keaton.
Yeah, that's right. It was Flurben von Flurbenstein, right?
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes they change it purely for union reasons.
Yeah. Good old Flurben von Flurbenstein.
Bonsai Martin says, "I want the Willem Dafoe Bunny movie now." You were probably expecting eggs. You weren't expecting death. You know. Just
You know he's in the upcoming Nosferatu remake, right?
Yeah, and he's in Beetlejuice too, isn't he?
Yes, he's in Beetlejuice 2 as well. Beetlejuice 2 too.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna make a third
Beetlejuice.
I wonder if they're gonna make a third one and call it Beetlejuice.
Well, they better hurry. Michael Keaton's like 70 something now.
Yeah, he could fall over at any moment and just go, "What?"
Well, I mean, it's like with Harrison Ford, you know. I mean,
I think Harrison Ford's done enough Indiana Jones, if that's what you're about to say.
Well, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's. I mean, I've made this right before. It's cool to see them reprising these roles, but at the same time, it's kind of like, no, let them, you know, enjoy the golf course or whatever. Just, you know, don't keep making these, you know, don't force them to make these movies.
No, Jonas, they have to do this forever, Jonas.
Yeah. No, it's funny because like there are like amateur you know, purely fan made edits that do better de-aging effects than the actual movies. Like you can find them on YouTube.
Yeah, I have no doubt.
Yeah, they do better jobs with the face. Like, look, okay, Jeff Bridges and Tron. There are much better jobs done by fans, and it's just kind of like, yeah, it's just funny because like it just shows that like Hollywood could be trying a little harder, maybe.
I need to place a connector right here. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sort of like, if it's, you know, it's the same thing with like the Ghostbusters movies. It's like, you know, it's cool, but at the same time, like, if they're just doing it for the sake of, you know, having another sequel and another one, it's like, what's the point?
Money.
Because everybody was like, oh, it's another Ghostbuster movie. You like the 80s? And like, yeah.
Like, really weirdly serious.
Oh, the movie? Yeah, it was a little heavy.
That's the other thing. So I remember seeing someone being like, imagine them doing like this like really overly serious and dour and somber Caddyshack sequel.
You know, with the Ghostbusters movie, I thought for a bit they were going to go like a slightly different direction with it, like one of those 80s children's adventure movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that could have been a direction, I feel.
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, one thing people, you know, need to remember with Ghostbusters is like it was a comedy. You know, it was a comedy with like creepy supernatural elements. It was, you know, it was very much, you know, Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray were Saturday Night Live alumni, and that kind of irreverent deadpan thing Murray was doing, that was really kind of like the core of it. You know, because he's this character who he's not really into, you know, the supernatural. He just, you know, he's describing how, you know, it's gonna, you know, the franchise rights will make the money, which is kind of funny in retrospect. But yeah, I feel like the new one took itself a little too seriously. They had some funny moments though. I liked Kumail and Johnny, and Paul Rudd. You know, he's always good. That's my take. I mean, you don't have to agree with me, even though I'm right.
I was waiting for something like that.
You know, they did the de-aging thing with Ford in the new Indiana Jones movie for the flashbacks, and it looked okay, but he still sounds old. Okay,
Yeah.
it was like his 80-year-old voice coming out of his young face, and that was still disconcerting. You know, if they're going to insist on doing this, I would say wait until the tech is, you know, completely.
Since when have they ever waited?
No, Hollywood.
Yeah, and it's just a maze. I'm missing some direction I needed to go.
Are there any markers that maybe would help?
Well, there's a couple landmarks, but I can't really like put down anything that shows where I've been.
Oh shit! All right.
I think I've been up
Stop
here.
doing that.
Oh, I've been over here too. Been over here.
Okay, I still do. Jokers. Here's a fun challenge for you.
Well, why are you doing it if you?
Because it must be done.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think I need to probably look off the side
Why
here
does-
and find some place to jump off to.
Why does one climb Mount Everest, Jonas?
I don't know. I never wanted to fucking do that.
Why does one climb Mount Everest? Because they're stupid, I guess.
Yeah, you can't. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm doing this.
Do you know what the death zone is on Mount Everest? It's
Yes.
like, yeah, when you're getting up to like the last like 1,000 feet or whatever, you can't breathe at all. It's
Yeah.
like,
Isn't the death rate like ridiculously high?
yeah. And you know what? Everybody who dropped dead up there is still up there
Well,
because you know
most of them. I think they do
Or did they
eventually
take
like
the-
bring some
oh, okay,
bodies down, but
All
yeah.
right. Yeah. No, it's just kind of like it's like I appreciate the human spirit and all that,
But it's like it's not really something that you do like a vacation thing.
yeah. I mean, rich people do, but
Well, I mean, rich people do all kinds of.
yeah, they sure do.
Rich people do it and then die and leave money to their children,
Mm.
and not to me.
Yeah, right, exactly. Come on,
Yeah,
rich people.
what's up with that, rich people?
Yeah, I mean, Rick draws cute little critters. Sometimes you
Yeah.
get one. You know, you should clearly give him your money. Put it in the will.
And if not him, give it to me so I can give it to him.
Or me, and I'll keep most of it and give Rick a little. I mean, Robert says they take submersible to Titanic. Oh my god, I don't even want to.
You
I
heard
don't-
they're planning another one of those, right?
No, no.
Feel
I refuse.
absolutely safe.
I'm not. I'm just rejecting this information because it's going to piss me off too much.
The rich people need to do something incredibly dangerous in order to feel something.
You know,
That's okay.
They're like, oh, let's take a tin can and pad it with a PlayStation controller. I'm being unusually frank tonight.
And that's not even your name.
No, thank you.
And I'm Clayton Forrester.
Yeah.
Push the button, Frank.
Forrest is one of those names. Forrest or Forrester is always one of those names. It feels very 1950s to me.
Well, I've told you where they got the name from, right?
Forrest Gump.
Yes, Forrest Gump. No! It's a reference to the 1950s version of The War of the Worlds. Because in the book, the protagonist has no name. But in the movie, he needed to. So his name is Dr. Clayton Forrester.
Clayton Forrest.
And I had forgotten that for many, many years, and then rewatched it, like, a year or two ago, and I'm like, wait a minute!
We need the protagonist. It's just like Forrest Forrester.
Forrester.
I knew a kid in high school named Forrest.
Nice. I knew a kid in high school named Axel. His name was Axel
Hey.
Rust.
Everybody's discovered that I reworked the boss monster.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Hold on, let me pull up the stream image. I have to reload it. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, he does look different. Still hot as
I want to see.
hell,
I want to see.
though. Oh, my God.
Oh no, commercials! Come on. Not fair.
Pretty cool.
Oh no, I popped it out and the commercials reset themselves. Fuck.
We're getting all fancy this year, aren't we, people?
Where
Hold
did
on.
Boop? Oh, there's Boop.
Just
No, that's Head Pat.
15 more seconds of pizza. Come on, hurry up. Who wants a
There's
cheeseburger
Boop.
pizza? Why would anyone want a cheeseburger pizza with pickles on it? That's disgusting.
Probably try it.
Yeah, probably.
Pickles probably, but the thing that would weird me out would be like mustard. I'm sure it'd be fine. I just can't really picture that.
I'm hungry, but not for that. Oh yeah, Boss Monster's been hitting the gym a little bit. The evil gym. Yeah, I like the chest thing, man.
I am so thirsty for this one.
Calm down.
No, I won't.
No. Getting that
Never.
Looking for some goat curry, huh? Is that what it is?
Goat curry.
Goat curry. Or I don't know. Maybe I just want curry.
Curry does sound good.
Oh, it does. God, I love
I haven't
curry.
had curry in a while.
I love like
Me either, actually.
Freaking what's the one called that's like it's got like peanuts in it, like Masaman curry? I love that shit. Oh.
Rashomon curry?
Yeah, Rashomon curry, thank you. I love that one. I love Penang. Oh my god.
Man, that sounds like a Homer Simpson note.
Yeah. Donuts.
Do,
64 slices of American cheese.
64.
You know, the best curry.
63.
3.
The absolute best curry. Okay, alright, fine.
Are you out eating cheese all night?
Have you spent all night eating cheese? I think I'm blind.
And then Burns and
Y'all are all
Smithers fall to the floor.
nerds.
Good day.
Nerds! Every single one of you is a nerd.
Just Boxer. Sorry, Jonas, but this Simpsons reference is important.
You clearly.
Every Simpson reference is important. We have to remember how much we loved it back then.
Watching old Simpsons now is a different experience because you realize just how like
a different path.
weird and indie it used to be compared to the current
People
stuff.
do not realize how indie The Simpsons came across when it first aired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still can't believe how their writing team was back then.
There's an argument in that popularity can almost be a bad thing for properties like that because they can't get away with those jokes now, especially not under the Disney regime.
Ryru, wasn't it considered shocking too? Like my parents didn't let me watch it for a while, I think. Yes, people were in fact shocked by it because it was incredibly crude compared to almost anything else you would see on television that outside of like cable.
Yeah.
It's very true.
And they were able to they were able to get away with some stuff because it was a cartoon specifically.
Mm-hmm.
You could laugh it off a little bit easier when the characters are just these like caricatures, and they did look a bit like caricatures back then. They weren't as rounded. They weren't as standardized. They looked a little more like Holland. Like if you Google go ahead.
I was going to say, the way it worked with my family, they knew how popular Simpsons was, and they figured any joke that was too mature, they would roll off.
But Google Simpsons season 1 designs, and you can see it feels very different.
If you want super surreality, watch Simpsons season 0.
Oh yeah, the Allman Show shorts.
Yeah,
different time. I think I was about 14, 13 when that came out. God.
I mean, I remember how everybody was trying to get. My parents were trying really hard. Well, not my parents, but my family was trying really hard for me to get into Flintstones, which I did like, and the Jetsons, which I didn't like.
I'm not seeing what I'm supposed to be grabbing. I'm pretty sure I need a connector somewhere.
long story short, any cartoon that they were familiar with, they of course would get me to try to latch onto it. But if they had something in there that was new and too weird for even for them, they just roll it off and say, it wouldn't be so bad.
I got more into
Little did they know.
I got more into the Flintstones than I did with the Jetsons. I don't know why. Probably because I saw the Flintstones first.
Ryru, it
I
didn't
think
stop me
the,
from watching it, but then I ran into the real reason I shouldn't watch it, which was because I became one of those people that constantly quoted The Simpsons.
And you call that a bad thing?
It's better than constantly quoting Family Guy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if this was a thing in other people's schools, but I remember in junior high, there was this whole phase where I don't even know where they got these. Like, people would show up wearing bootleg Bart Simpson shirts. Like, sometimes they would change his look a little bit, just enough, to
eat pant.
Yeah, well, no, but yeah, like they would give him different outfits and stuff, or change his colors. But this was a thing for like a year. I don't know where it came from, and then it was, I don't know if it was just my school or that happened all over the place. It was like right at the same time as like when people were doing the bootleg Calvin car stickers where you're like pissing on stuff.
I still see those occasionally.
Simpsons merchandise was everywhere around like season 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And then of course you can't forget the video games.
The video games, the early Simpsons video games were so surreal. Because they were largely based on season 1, which is a very different tone from the entire rest of the series.
Still thinking about eat pant.
I mean, Bart versus the Space Mutants, Bart Goes Back in Time. Let me see. Oh yeah, of course they're all mostly Bart themed, but yeah.
Yeah, which is funny because Homer ended up being the breakout star.
Right.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember the Simpsons arcade game?
Yes.
Where it was 4-player, and they were kind of going off the TMNT model of like.
Yeah, it was a very good beat 'em up.
Yeah. Like Marge will like swing a vacuum at people and stuff.
Yeah. In fact, it was on the PlayStation 3 network for a limited time. You could buy it on there. It was pretty sweet. I think it was on the Xbox too. I never got to play it with my family, sadly. I wish I did.
I played it with my brother, and we probably burned through $20 getting to the end of the game.
Very good.
Speaking of which, do you remember the episode that had the Waterworld, the video game gag?
I don't
think
so.
So like it was Millhouse, that's right. In an arcade, and it was like a Waterworld video game cabinet, and you had to put in like $10 worth of quarters. And you would just die instantly. Anyway, someone actually made a full game out of that.
Nice.
And part of the game is in between every game over, you have to like operate Millhouse's hand, putting in more quarters.
I never heard this.
That's hilarious.
It's oh yeah. Sometimes the internet's a very good place.
On occasion.
Sometimes.
Playing this puzzle with VR must be loopy, if they ever release a VR version like the first game.
Oh, did the first game have a VR version?
Yeah.
I might want to check that out, maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this would be much different in VR.
But Jonas, you'd be able to smeeble the
Different
people.
they can do.
Don't you want to get your smeeble?
Yeah, thank you. Was there ever a Mist VR?
I mean, not that I know
You're
of.
supposed to know, Stoker.
There we go. Duh.
Okay,
Yeah, there is a
fine,
Mist
there
VR.
was.
Running around for 20 minutes.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of tired.
No, it's because of this freaking Velatro!
Oh, one of those mines. Somebody else was streaming that. Who was it? I think it might have been Jackie. I don't know. Yeah, I might try.
Good. Sorry, what?
I was just saying I might try like VR Mist. That would be a fun experience for me because that game was so atmospheric.
Isn't there a full-on Myst remake that was recently announced?
I think there've been a couple.
Yeah, but a new one.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, there's Riven. Riven's coming out like tomorrow. The remake. Riven is the second game.
I know. It used to be just like Riven, the sequel to Myst, was on the boxes. I remember people who didn't like Myst called it an interactive screensaver.
So mean. I mean, I get it, but... You don't say.
You don't say.
I did say. I'd say it again. And no one can stop me. Not even the Fantastic Four!
God.
Stoker squeaks as he...
It's true. Oh, you may appreciate this, Jonas. So, you know that meme that Ray just referenced, Dr. Doom toots as he pleases? You know the one, right?
Go on.
You know it, though, right?
I don't think I do, but...
Alright, hang on. I'm gonna make sure that you see this. It's a very famous meme.
Uh-oh. Well, I mean, keep doing that, but, I just saw something else that I need to link in trailers because I think this might be fun.
I put it in off topic.
Oh, that's
okay, thank you. So, I finally got around to looking up the comic that actually came from, because, like, it's partially photoshopped, obviously.
Right.
Oh, it is.
Yes. The original line is, do not use it. Fool, Dr. Doom does as he pleases.
Right.
But the part that isn't photoshopped is the horn going toot. But I got curious about the original comic because I realized I didn't know anything about it, had no context for it. So I looked it up, and it turns out that this exists because of the Electric Company.
Really?
Oh yeah, there was a thing between the Electric Company and Marvel Comics for a while.
Yes, there was. Yes, there was. The
Why?
first ever appearances of Spider-Man as a live-action character were on the Electric Company.
That's right.
And
God, I remember that. I saw that as a kid. So weird.
they published some educational, kiddie-friendly comic books as a tie-in to that, and it's from one of those that this comes.
Nice.
Ain't that something?
Do you remember Superman versus Muhammad Ali?
I remember it existing, but it was not something that I read.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a thing. I read that at Jewish camp because I was there was a point where my asthma was really bad, and I had one of those pulmonoid things. And
Wait, that part of Babby Jonas's background is real?
Yes, thank you. But yeah, no, I sort of outgrew it. Like I guess my immune system calmed down by the time I hit, my 20s.
That can happen.
When I was a kid, I had real bad asthma. And Mom was super paranoid about me, dropping dead, after a game of soccer or something. So she had the homemade sent with me to camp and insisted that if it got bad at any point, I went to the nurse's office and sat there for 10 minutes or whatever, just breathing that nasty shit. And I was coughing a little bit, so they sent me to the nurse's office. And the only thing I had to read there was a large print edition of Superman versus Muhammad Ali, and it was a very surreal experience.
I mean, I can imagine. The fact that Superman versus Muhammad Ali exists in the first place is very surreal.
They were forced to compete in a boxing match, and Superman was nerfed.
Well, yes, because if he wasn't nerfed, it wouldn't matter who he was. Wouldn't matter who he was up against.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, "Well, I mean, post-crisis," and I'm like,
"Yeah." And then there was the whole Spider-Man hostess fruit pies thing. Remember that?
Yeah. Do you remember the Dexter's Laboratory?
I remember that.
Parody of that?
Oh my god. Just what even was all of that?
The tasty treat you'd be crazy to hate.
Don't thank me, thank Dexter's fruit pies.
God. I thought those things were awesome when I was a kid. They're actually disgusting.
I mean, most of the things we loved as children were disgusting, including our peers.
Yeah.
Especially our peers.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, tell me something. Tell me if this is just me or if you all have experienced this. Have you ever, had someone that you knew in school that you hated? You just unequivocally hated them. And then, you're thinking back and you're like, man, I hated that guy. I sure hope his life sucks now. I wonder what he's up to. I'm going to Google him. Just
And then you find out he was elected president.
Yeah, no, for real though. One of my junior high bullies became a lawyer. And he's making fat cash now at some firm.
Honestly, I don't think we're old enough for that yet.
Right. You haven't experienced it. Just wait till it hits 20 or 30 years since high school.
No, I meant for a classmate to be president yet.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Well, I am, but yeah.
No, man. Apparently, the job now requires you to be pushing 80.
Don't get me started. How's everybody doing in the chat tonight? Politics. The other thing I found out is that one of the teachers I hated is still alive.
But not for long. No.
Thank you. Yes. She's like, she would have to be in her 90s now, but apparently she's just too stubborn to die.
She just won't die.
No, seriously. Okay. You know those kinds of people who look old even when they're in like their 40s? You know, like they just like, you know, they got the silver hair and the smoker face. You know, there
was one teacher, like grandparent was like that.
Mm-hmm.
She passed away a couple years back, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that was her. That was Mrs. B, and she was famous for being horrible. Like she, you know.
Okay, when you say Mrs. B, what is that?
Her name isn't Mrs. B. I'm just trying to avoid saying her actual name.
Okay.
I mean, after all, she could be listening.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Probably is. Teachers have ears in the back of their heads.
It's true.
They have ears on the side of their heads too.
They have ears in your room too.
Yeah.
What freaks?
No. She was famous for being awful. Like I hated her, but everyone else also hated her. She was extremely committed to like traditional style teaching, and I mean by traditional I mean like 1950s, that kind of shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like she had
like smacking your hand with a ruler if she could, kind of thing.
She absolutely would. She had 100% had that nun vibe. And she had the you know, like I said, she had this face where like all of the facial tension of all of her muscles was 100% focused in her lips. Like her lips were just this perpetual like hardened, frozen frown, and you know she had like it was just.
You're not sure if she was ever happy in her life?
Yeah, and like if you shone a light on her, she'd have like this Mount Rushmore monument kind of vibe because her face was just like, you know, and I was, you know, I'd assumed that by this point she would have shuffled off as more cool, but no, she still writes letters to the editor of the LA Times, like criticizing stuff. And I'm like, damn, you never change. B. Space boots. But
I've ruined y'all.
Always comes back to space boots.
It does.
It's always been space boots.
I'm gonna have to like.
In every Game Jam game you guys make, you have to sneak in space boots.
Oh my god, we should just make one called Space Boots.
Oh my god, and like have like a title screen music, and it's just me going Space Boots. This is Space Boots.
Oh
You're playing the Space Boots game.
What if they unveiled a theme and it was just Space Boots, and we were like, "This is perfect. We were made for this."
Okay, good.
I would have a lot of questions if that happened.
Okay, just this. Yeah.
Baby.
Would Miller allow? No, he would just fold his wings and refuse to code anything if we were pulling that shit. He'd be like, "Well, I'm glad you feel that way, Jonas."
I'm glad you feel that way, Jonas. You program it.
yeah. Nobody clip that or show him ever. That's not how I sound.
I'm telling Miller.
No. Never.
It's time for Miller night.
Oh my god, what is
No one's
wrong
gonna
with us?
save you from the burb about to strike you.
This has been an eventful night, and
Yeah,
it sounds midnight
okay.
too.
Oh yeah, it is.
He's like,
Well, let's hit a
okay.
checkpoint, so.
Let
was-
me.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, Rick. It's the 25th now, and you said to remind you about the theme for the sketch request. So just reminding you about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I am so fucking curious. I'll just DM Rick and find out later.
No, I actually know what's. I'm not in the loop here. Anyway, we're in Miss Jackie. Please give Miss Jackie lots of love and also space boots.
Monster.
Yeah, say space boots
No,
when you come into the room.
Oh no! All right. Anyway, I'm not responsible. I'm washing my hands of this. Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Night night.